Yo, what's up? This is Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator on YouTube. It's about time we caught up a bit. I don't really have a kitchen that's so conducive to making recipes, and besides, the truth of the matter is this. I don't really eat anything anymore that constitutes a recipe. Like, I've mostly been eating fruits and green juices. I don't even use nuts, spices, salt, or anything. And I kind of eat the same basic stuff, like fruit and the same green juice almost every time, and coconut and wheatgrass. I mean, how many times can I do the same thing over and over again? I can't. So I've made this a daily show. I've just ran out of content. Not really, but I've ran out of ways to say the same thing. I mean, if you want to get healthy, then you want to eat fresh fruits and drink green vegetable juices and avoid negativity, which is really the hardest part of my life, is to avoid the negativity. Now, I'm pretty sensitive dude, so I take people's stuff on YouTube and it just messes me up because of, whatever kind of hung up I am, but I think most humans probably have that. There's some people that are impervious, for whatever types of reasons. But I think the sensitivity is cool because it makes you have compassion for other people, And I'd rather be sensitive and be compassionate than be kind of impervious and just sort of not really be able to understand what most human beings go through. So I'm just sitting here chilling, and it's 4th of July, and I'm sitting in my new office, and I was thinking, I'm going to start getting a lot done. I didn't get anything done today, though. I had a consult. Actually, there hasn't been many questions today, but I got a lot of questions to get caught up on in the past. But I'm in the middle of a juice feast, and I really want to just relax my brain. So anyways, there's a lot of work to do, and things change, and you can't always be the scruffy dude in front of the RV for your whole life. I mean, life goes on. And when you say that, people say that a lot. I wish you were the way you used to be. Well, that's great, but, you'd probably be... I'd say to them, I'd like you better if you were a little bit better looking, but you're ugly. You know what I mean? That's how it makes you feel. And you're just like, geez, man. I know they don't mean it maliciously at all, but there's just nothing you can do. Life goes on. You don't see what I see. You see your little selfie, wealthy, and you got their little fruits and vegetables. I see people that are suffering from depression, obesity. They're dying right here, left and right in front of me. I'm getting the ones getting the messages. And you're some little kid out there, I like you when you were in front of the RV. I've got a lot of things to consider here, And so I got to make different decisions than what you think. Now, I was still working cleaning windows when I started the Life Regenerator thing, you know what I'm saying? And so I had another income, but then it became like a full-time thing, and I've been broke for a hell of a long time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like you when you're broke in front of the RV, giving away free recipes and stuff. Well, that's great, and I sure do appreciate that, but come on, man, put yourself in my shoes. You don't see what I see. People are bulimic, they're anorexic, they're depressed, they're suicidal, they're 550 pounds and can't walk. And so if I put on a nice shirt and try to come across a little bit differently, you're just going to have to excuse me. Now look at me now. See, but I can get away with this stuff. And no one has to take me seriously. But there's a professional thing I got to do because I got to keep myself available. No one's ever gotten a hold of me. No shows, no nobody. You know what? Look at all this crap they have on there. Here's this shake diet, whey protein, or meat diets and all this crap. And then you know what? The one dude who's doing this thing here that knows his business, that's helped hella people and helping myself right now, dude. I'm in the middle of a juice fast. How high energy do you want to get? How much mental clarity can you handle? Because once you see, because your mind is clear and you're off all the drug foods and you're off all the drugs and the alcohol and you're not watching porn and you're not using anything to escape and you're just sitting there with what you got, eating the minimalist amount of food, just enough to give you energy to function through the day, but not enough to get high on, and it's super clear high energy food, you better be ready to deal with your crap, because you're going to see your stuff. And it doesn't matter that you've been raw for 12 years, you still got stuff, because you ain't enlightened. And you are looking for that wholeness and that completeness and that peace, you know? And the energy is going to get you there. The energy of the self, the life force energy, whatever you want to call it, the source, God, you know, and it got 10 million different names, but it's the pure potential power of the universe, which is whole and complete. But the human mind gets programmed with all kinds of vicissitudes, and I sit here every day and read these comments like a dingbat, because I think it's the way to honor the people who are actually positive about it. And also, I need feedback for my art here, you know. But, you know, there's no point to any of this thing. People, the music video, the little drums. What's the point? There is no point. There's no point to this video either. There's no point to any of my videos except the one that you make. Because let me ask you a question. What is the meaning of life? That's right. You're 100% correct. There is no meaning to life. Life is just life. And you have good days that are pleasant, and you have bad days that really are not pleasant. They're not good or bad. They're just one thing is pleasant, the other thing isn't. Because it's your own point of preference. But if you could really become enlightened, you would have no preference. And you would see that the pain is a catalyst for growth. And the growth is the expansion of awareness, you know. Because we are designed biologically to avoid pain and move towards pleasure. The problem is that we live for the short-term pleasures, and it catches up with us instead of the big picture long-term pleasures. So you do things like juice fasting and things like that. It expands your awareness, and then you can start to, like I've always said, untie the knots that bind you to this world, the illusions in your mind. You want to, you know, peel those away, get rid of them by seeing it. The light of awareness, it just disappears. The light of awareness disappears. You're like, wait a minute, why do I hate myself? I never did anything wrong. You just got programmed to hate yourself by your society or your parents or your school or the other kids in your school or your other brothers and sisters or whatever. And basically the human race is generally a negative species. Just because they're programmed with it, and just because the death, I mean, everybody eats death. Dead animal bodies, dead carbohydrates, dead food, which just takes hella energy to process and utilize, so they have no power, because the raw food gives you power for your body, which powers your heart, which powers your mind. And when you take away the power of the raw foods, you're pretty much sort of just kind of coasting through and sort of almost a little bit sort of alive, but not really, because the vortex of death is sort of spinning downwards. The matrix of death is sort of in your guts, in your being, just going through there, and then muscular contractions to move piles of dead slop through your organism is going to really be a drain on your brain and your heart. So when you go back to the raw foods, everything wakes up, and man, you're living in a different world than these humans. You're not going to be, your ex-wife is not going to get it. She's not going to understand you. She's going to hate you and be jealous of you. Your stalkers, your haters, all of them, they're just not going to understand you. Even your fans aren't going to understand you. They're not going to know that life just moves on and you're just rolling along for the ride. I ain't got a freaking clue what the hell's going on around here. Do I look like I'm in control of the whole business? I just get up every day and somehow this whole thing has worked itself out to here. I have no idea. I'm going along for the ride just like you are. You know what I mean? I haven't got any clue. Doors open up, I walk through them. Doors close, I look for another door. You know? What do I want? Nothing. You ain't got nothing I want. All the money in the world ain't going to get me what I want. All the books in the world don't have the answer to what I want. It ain't even like that, man. You know? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyways, another crazy video from the Life Regenerator. No more classic videos. There's going to be no more classic videos. I don't have an RV anymore. I eat the same foods. And how am I going to make a video on eating oranges? You know what I'm saying? It's really about waking up. I mean, the raw foods is pretty simple. You can get your body really cleaned out. I've helped so many people, helped myself. It's so easy to do if you do it. If you want, you can clean all the mucus out of your body. Hell, hire me. I charge $1,000 a day. I'll come to your house, I'll clean you up, and I'll teach you what you want to know. That's right, I said $1,000 a day. That's what I get. Otherwise, why would I leave the comfort of my own home? I mean, this is hard-ass work that I do. And otherwise, I'd rather just sit at home and relax and work on myself. That's my goal in life. But I do have a specific set of very dynamic skills that are extremely valuable. And I value my time way more than that. But that's a reasonable price, you know. So I know not everyone can afford that. But you know what I'm saying? Just watch the videos. I've said it all the same, but in order for me to come to your house and literally show you for real and plug you in, put me in a hospital. I'll get all those people out of there in 3 weeks, no matter what they've got. You know what I'm saying? They'll be up and out of there and walking around because it's so easy. So easy, but hardly anyone does it. Baking soda cures, hemp oil cures, and all this stuff. But what about the pure energy of life cure? No one ever thought about that. So, you know, there's a lot of bizarre stuff. I just feel like I don't really want respect. That's not the way to say it, but it's just too bad. The world has not caught on to the Life Regenerator. I'll sit in this room myself and drink juice. I don't care. I get going super hyped up, dude. I just took a fatty ass jog, man. My heart didn't even beat. My heart and cardiovascular system's so good it wasn't even nothing. Didn't do anything. I did break a sweat because I had a sweatshirt on. But I didn't breathe hard. Wasn't nothing. So I can just run forever, you know. I don't even feel like exercising. I just want to take all my energy and sit here and meditate because I want to get to the core of it. The raw food thing is cool, man. I'll help people and stuff like that. I just do it as a service, you know. It's like, I don't think, there's nobody that really understands me. Well, I don't understand me either, but people think they see something, but nobody can sit and see what's going on inside of me, man. You know, and I get accused of a lot of stuff, and I'm not trying to bitch and complain because I don't even really care what people think of me. It's none of my damn business. I want to get to the core of it. I want to get to the core of the truth, and I am willing to die without a doubt, because who cares what they call death is nothing. But to live on this planet without being able to get closer to the source, without being able to feel the presence of divinity a little bit more and rise above the programming, the illusion, the ignorance, the self-judgment, the criticism, the lower energy fields, which get deeply buried inside of us. And that's what I'm working with right now. Deeply buried inside of us, man. I'm going to keep working at this thing, get to the core and the essence of it. Raw foods is only one small part. Don't ever think that you're going to get a whole lot of power off dead stuff, because I'm telling you, the living enzymes in the living food with the living electromagnetic energy, which illuminates every cell in your body, wakes up your nervous system, gives you mental clarity so that you can see. So that you can see what's in you. The truth about yourself. What's blocking the light from coming forth fully. And then you'll know, as I do, that unless you are extremely blessed with very large capacity of grace, you're more than likely going to be working for this entire lifetime to relieve yourself of the blockages of the awareness of your truest and highest self, which is the only way to peace. It's only one way. because the peace is already the field out of which everything arises. And everything that arises is an obstruction to the awareness of that inner peace. So it sounds really good on paper, I realize. I'm full of it. I'm full of it. But so what? It just came out of my mouth. I don't even know why this stuff comes out of the mouth of the Dan. But it just did. Probably because that's what the dude thinks about every day, and that's what he hopes for. Because how smart and clear do you need to see that you're at war with yourself? Or at war with life? I mean, I talk to people all the time in my life. They are at war with themselves and absolutely 100% oblivious. And they're even sort of on raw food some of the time. They can't give up the coffee or the chocolate cakes, but so it's not really real. It's sort of a raw food person. But I'm telling you right now, when you drink melon juice and wheatgrass and coconut, and you just sit there with your stuff, man. Sit there with your stuff. It's like neutral. It's like it's not really all that bad. I mean, so what? It's warish conflict, subtle conflict within yourself. You know, you see it, you feel it, the subtle conflict. It sucks. You pray like hell. Dear Lord, please help me. It's not bad enough to be considered suffering, but it's so subtle that it's just always there nagging at me. Please give me freedom from this nagging sense of self-criticism and doubt, lack of faith. It's not even that I really desire to be happy. I just desire to be at peace with discontent, if you will. The illusions of the mind. Lord, help me to find peace with the obvious illusions, which are, you know, relentless in their pursuit to remain sovereign over your life and not give you total freedom for illumination and peace, the kingdom of heaven within you. Everybody that seeks the truth at the deepest and highest, most expansive levels knows what I'm talking about. If you're rolling with religion and sticking to the rules and you're not really seeking the highest truth, then you may not understand where I'm coming from. I gotta bounce like a ball, y'all. And again, it's highly unlikely that I'll post this video. I make probably 5 of these a day. Never post any of them. I've lost trust and faith in the YouTube and I don't know which direction I want to go. Yeah, everybody loves a good recipe, but I don't have recipes anymore. I don't even eat anything that anyone would eat. Eat a watermelon and go about your day. Drink some coconut and wheatgrass juice, 32 ounces, and go about your day. Drink a lemon ginger blast. I mean, how many times can I make the same things? Nutrition doesn't interest me in the slightest. I'm only interested in energy and the release and the relinquishment of the occlusions to the awareness of the divinity. So eat fruit, and if you need to, in this world, drink green juice. My recommendation is to just go all the way. You know, there's no other choice. What are you going to do? Choose a more comfortable prison? I don't think so. Anyways, 4th of July, and that was my little freedom speech.